Hello everybody, PlanetWalls here. We are back for the third round of Classic Quarter Classic League Qualifier Tournament 3. I'm playing against Montolio, one of the other Yawgmoth Soap Opera guys for round 3, and so both of us are 2-0. This is my deck, which you can look at in one of the videos I've linked below. I'm going to load up his deck now. Is this it? That would be convenient if I had it labeled so precisely. I think this is his. He's playing Workshop with Metalworker. So he also is playing a Ratchet Bomb on the board. Originally, I thought that this was a good matchup for me, and I actually tried to build the deck so that I could beat this matchup, but now I no longer think so. So the Rashadan ports hurt me quite a bit, especially because Ghost Quarter and Wastelands don't really. If he lands a Sphere, it's pretty rough on me. Also, if he lands a Thorn, but Sphere is way worse. Yeah, I don't really care about this, even though I know that there's like a mana combo where he produces a ton of mana and stuff. What am I trying to say here? I mean, this just causes him to like win the game. But anyway, that's if he has a bunch of mana. Also, Chalice worries me quite a bit. Otherwise, this is just a standard shop list. He's got one Steel Hellkite, one Worm Coil, one Duplicant for some threat answer diversity. In his board, he's got an extra Worm Coil. He's got a Triskelion. I'll have to think about what he's going to board in. I don't know if he's going to board in Precursors because I've got swords in there. He'll board in this Ratchet Bomb for sure. And then these cards will almost certainly not go in unless he wants to board in a Caracas instead of a Wasteland, just to try and kill my Caracas if I draw it. So my guess is what comes in for him after game one are maybe precursors, just as a way to end the game quickly. But my guess is he keeps the deck roughly the same. Maybe he boards out Duplicant and puts in Triskelion or something, because I think it does pretty much the same thing as Duplicant, only better against me. Yeah, so goal in game one will be to try and land an energy field, and then just never let him kill anything of mine, because the only way he can do that is with a Wasteland or a Ghost Quarter. Actually, Ghost Quarter would do it. But there aren't so many of those. So that should be able to at least keep me from losing the game for a long time. And eventually, hopefully, come back. Yeah, so... Or a Strip Mine. Forgot about that. So I'll go ahead and contact him, and we'll get started here in a second, and I'll see you in the match. All right, we're back, and I'm ready to start this match. Kind of nervous. Yeah, we'll be playing the deck we have. And we are off. Well, I said that in a little bit of anticipation. He's on the play. That's really bad for us, game one. So we have to hope we have some way to answer whatever he does. Hopefully a Force of Will and a Mist Hollow Griffin. Or alternatively, like a Stifle and a Gemstone Caverns. Or Gemstone Caverns and Spell Snare would be okay too. Those things are going to be unlikely to get. So he's thinking pretty hard about whether he wants to keep this hand. I think that's a good sign. Either that or he's doing something else around the house. And boy, do we have a lot of time on the clock. Which is alright. Are we in this room? Maybe we're in a different room. Because I don't see us there. I will unpause when I know what's going. Oh no, never mind. Looks like we're here now. He chooses to play. Our hand is, I think, pretty bad. I would keep this hand if he mulled because I can deal pretty easily with a Lodestone. Have a number of lands too. But this hand does not look good as far as being able to deal with whatever pressure he puts out on turn one. So if he keeps, I think I'm probably going to mull. And he mulls. Okay, so now I want to maybe eat the words that I just spoke. Because now maybe I have a chance to get a much more interactive hand. The thing is, like, if I look for Force of Wills, that's really hard with a 6-card hand because it means you're pitching a card to the Force Will in addition to the Force Will. It's almost like starting off with 4 cards. Um, the Swords does do something in this matchup, which is good. And Energy Field actually does do something too. Helm wins me the game in theory if I draw a Rest in Peace, but I just don't know. I think it's probably a good idea to take the mulligan, though I could regret that and find no land here. Oh man, that is horrible. This actually isn't the worst hand in the world, just the fact that I have 1 land. I would have to draw into land in the next turn. I actually think this might be better because of the Force of Will. I'm going to keep this, though it strikes me as really dangerous. So we're not going to mulligan this. And I guess we'll hope that Montolio has to mulligan his 5-card hand. Oh my god. So, I mean, as far as his 4-card hand goes, he's at least in a decent shape because we don't have much good on our side either. And he starts without playing a land, which I think is good for us. And we drew a land, which is also really good for us. So I guess I hope I don't see a strip mine here. If I do, I'm going to stifle it, though. This is probably not how he wanted this game to be going up to this point. The question is, what do I drop here? What do I name with Meddling Mage? Because I think I have to name something with Meddling Mage. Lodestone Golem, maybe? Or do I name something that costs much less? Maybe I name Tangle Wire. Or Metalworker or something. Not exactly sure. I could name Chalice. I don't think naming Chalice is right. Though he could name... that can't be right. I'm going to go ahead and drop this and name... I think probably Lodestone Golem. Even though he can't play it next turn, can that possibly be right? Yeah, so we'll name Lodestone. So I guess we're on the beat plan. Well, this is the only card we could ever hope to Mental Misstep in his deck. So the fact that we just got use out of our Mental Misstep is completely awesome. And we drew another one. That almost certainly is going to get pitched to Force of Will, because he has no other 1-drops in his deck. So, while I couldn't complain about having a Mental Misstep for his 1/1-drop, the second one doesn't do much of anything. And I am definitely going to drop this and try to get the beat on. Porcelain Legionnaire is in there for Lodestones, and Lodestones aren't the only threats he has in his deck, so they're certainly not optimal. But it's still pretty good against Lodestone Golems, even though those will be coming to play anytime soon. We definitely caught a break in this game no matter what. We could still definitely lose. But whatever progress we made so far has been handed to us essentially on a platter. Metalworker, huh? So here's the thing. I'm not sure this is the card that I want to force. Because he's only running 3... You know what? I think it's stupid not to force this. I think it has to be. I could draw a land and Detention Sphere it, but I think it's stupid not to force this. I could Detention Sphere some other sphere effect. I guess if we drew 2 lands in a row, that's the risk, right? I'm definitely going to be attacking with these 2 brothers here, brothers in arms. All right, put him at 13. Do I play this now and look for a land? I think I do. And we found a land. So what do I put on the top here? Detention sphere first, and then energy field probably, because energy field isn't very good right now. And then that gives me the option of either enlightened tutoring, or stifling. So we'll go energy field and then detention sphere, and I can keep the detention sphere on the top if I want, which I think I'll probably do. And keeping that on the top means I can definitely play it, assuming he doesn't drop a sphere, which would be okay because he's obviously mana screwed. Okay, so this is going to come down. And again, this is an instance in which Detention Sphere is really bad against Metamorph. So maybe this means I want to Enlighten Tutor, looking for something else in my deck. I'm not sure what. This presumably will name Porcelain Legionnaire. And then they'll trade each other in an awkward combat. Yeah, I don't think it's going to name Meddling Mage. If it does, that would be kind of interesting, though. The question is, do we want to draw a Detention Sphere this turn? So I'm, just in case, going to load up my deck. And see what sort of artifact options we have and enchantment options. There's Energy Field, which is bad right now. Rest in Peace, which doesn't do much right now without the other combo piece. We already have the Porcelain Legionnaire. There are Detention Spheres, which I'm going to draw anyway, and then Helms. I think I actually... There's also Chromox, which I don't want to use for the time being. I think I actually just draw the Detention Sphere. So let's load up his deck again. This is actually... I mean, he's bought himself enough time where I think he could definitely come back into this game. And that card is just bad. Yeah, Detention Sphering both guys away is pretty horrible. So the fact that this has happened several times now, it's almost comical. I don't think I want to draw the Energy Field on the top of the deck, though. I mean, he's got Ghost Quarter out, but that's beside the point. For one, huh? Okay, we're going to have to Detention Sphere that, I guess. Which is kind of unfortunate. Or do we want to? Actually, not sure. I could also just play the Energy Field, and that might obligate him to Ghost Quarter or something. I doubt it, though. Again, the question is, do I really want to Detention Sphere that Chalice? Because if I do that, then I can't Stifle or Enlighten Tutor, but I can't do those anyway because of the Chalice. It's just that he could play something more threatening. Not a Lodestone Golem, though. If he played a Metamorph, again, that would be awkward. So I guess I'm not sure what he would play that would really be horrible. I think I keep it one more turn, and if I draw a land, I definitely Detention Sphere. Because then I could do the things I wanted to in the same turn anyway. Okay, and there's a Tangle Wire. So that's going to tap down everything we have. I mean, maybe I was in error not to Detention Sphere the Chalice. Ugh. Okay, so this is bad. And then the inevitable puzzle is going to be whether I what I tap down on my turn, whether I try to get 2 more damage in, whether I try to leave blue open. Since he has this Chalice, I think I definitely attack with this Meddling Mage. So I'm going to PAX East later this week. That'll be kind of exciting. If you're there and you want to say hi to me, you probably don't know who I am in person, so that'll be hard. Did I actually tap all the things I wanted to? Yes, I did. Find me a land. Okay, that wasn't very exciting. I'm kind of awaiting the possibility for him to... what am I trying to say? Put another Chalice down so I can Detention Sphere both of them. So this turn I foresee something happening anyway. And I do wish I would have Detention Sphere the Chalice when I had the chance, because now it's going to be very hard to do that in order to get 1-drops out. Okay, it doesn't look like he's got anything though. I think I try to do damage here still, which means I tap down these 2, I think. Okay, we drew a land, which is good, because that means I can play something anyway. And this ruins his Crucibles, which is good. I didn't notice that he responded to me saying this is a weird game by saying just awful. Which is funny. I don't know what's in his hand. I imagine like a million 6-drops. I have no idea. Okay, well, that's probably going to slow down the game a little bit as he either gains life or taps some things. I'm going to let it resolve. With a Metalworker, I think it basically gives him infinite mana. Alright, so one of my things gets tapped. That can be a Tundra. No, let's make it an island. And that doesn't do anything. Okay, so I attack here. And like I'm in this goofy position where this energy field doesn't feel like it does a lot, but I don't... The thing is, if I Detention Sphere that Chalice right now, it creates a situation in which I can't do anything on my turn. And playing the energy field does not feel very exciting right now. But I can't Stifle, Enlightened Tutor, or Spell Snare. And I kind of feel like I want to free up the chance to do one of those things, so I can find my Kilcon if I need to. So what could he play that would be horrible? He could draw a Workshop and play a Wormcoil Engine. That would be pretty horrible. And then I would want to keep that Detention Sphere. He could play, actually, Steel Hellkite wouldn't be so bad. Yeah, none of those things sound that horrible to me. I'm going to go ahead and play Detention Sphere. And this frees up a number of cards in our hand to use. That was a highly questionable play, though, I think. So like this is the key turn when I'm tapped out on Spell Snare, Stifle, and Enlightened Tutor, where he could really do something bad. I think it would involve another Chalice for 2, but that would leave him at 1 life. I think he would be kind of a bad position. If I were Montolio right now, I wouldn't concede yet, especially because... Oh, so he's going down to... Huh. Okay, so that's going to be a meddling mage, I guess. Um, that's funny. I assume it is. Maybe it'll be a tangle wire. No, it won't be a tangle wire. He can gain some life back with staff if I can't get out of this situation. Um, okay, so he's going to be riding at 1 life, which makes his other metamorph uncastable. I have to let this resolve. If he makes it tangle wire, he loses, so he's got to make it a meddling mage. And then he names a card. That'll be the question. Maybe he'll name Enlightened Tutor or something. Swords to Plowshares. Does it not let him? Oh, there it goes. He's choosing a non-land card to name. Okay. For a second, I was just wondering if he had no way to actually use this. I mean, maybe he wants to name... This is interesting because he could name Helm of Obedience, because if I draw a land and have a Helm, I would just win immediately. But maybe he'd want to name some way for me to access those cards, that card. Or the Swords to Plowshares, which could kill his Meddling Mage. So he's probably making that decision right now. And he named Enlightened Tutor, so we can't cast this now. I think that's probably okay, and I might just attack into his Meddling Mage, and then plan on winning with the combo after doing that. Okay, so we don't have to tap anything down here. That gives us another mana source, which is good, actually. So do I attack and let him play Lodestones? I don't think the Lodestones do anything to me. So I think I walk right into that. Okay, and now I can play my Enlightened Tutor again, which I've been anxiously awaiting to do. And I should probably play this Chromax now on Rest in Peace. Because if I don't, he might Chalice for 0, and then I wouldn't be able to cast it. Okay, so we have enough mana, and I'm probably going to win with the combo. And chances are he has a Lodestone, but I don't think that'll be a problem. Okay, Rishport, that's irritating for sure. Okay, no responses. That doesn't cause me to lose. And he had to tap his Rishport. I think he had to make that play because he couldn't just sit there and do nothing. And we're going to go ahead and win with Helm here. All right, so we took game 1. That was an awkward, weird game because of his having to mold a 4. So for that, I feel kind of crappy. As for what we bring in, this is kind of awkward. He brings in his Ratchet Bomb, I assume. I think I have to bring in all of these, and probably Powder Kegs too. And certainly Annuls. So I have a bunch of stuff to bring in. Cursed Totem actually is good too. So let's think about that. He might bring in a Triskelion in place of something else if he wants to thicken his threat count, or maybe a Precursor Golem. And he brings in that Ratchet Bomb, but the rest of the stuff doesn't do very much. So I have to figure out what to board out then, of which there is plenty of stuff. The real question is whether the rest in peace plan is actually what I want to do, and I think it definitely is. I don't know if the energy field plan is what I want to do in this matchup, though. And also, I'm not sure the Porcelain Legionnaire is very strong against him. So I'm going to cut the Porcelain Legionnaire, even though it's good against Lodestones, just because he's running the Metalworker version. And I wonder if I board out Detention Spheres just because they cost so much, especially when he's running so many Thorns, etc. Because I think Annulled is just better than Detention Sphere. I do want to keep Meddling Mages in, but there might be stuff up here that I just don't need to bring in. Like maybe Energy Field just isn't good enough for this matchup and it's too slow. That could very well be. Here's the question about Cursed Totem. How good is it? It stops his Metalworkers, but I don't think I care that much, so I'm not going to bring that in. The Needlebugs basically exist to block his guys, and they eventually will kill him. And so I don't need the Mist Hollow Griffins. Powder Keg. How good is it against him? I think Powder Keg is still good because it can kill his... it can kill his anything eventually. Mental Misstep is terrible because it only kills Soul Ring, so let's remember to get that out. And what else do I have to board out here? I don't know if I need 3 of these, though I think I probably do. I could board out a Rest in Peace because it's not extremely strong. And maybe, do I board out maybe one of the energy fields? Maybe another one of the Rest in Pieces. That makes the combo really hard to win with, though. I think I actually board out the energy field here. Even though by itself it probably deals with what he's doing, he's got 3 ways to end it. In Occasional Wasteland, Strip Mine, Ghost Quarter, and I thought there was something else. Ooh, this is a weird hand on the draw. So we've got a Gemstone Cavern here. So we're not going to mulligan. That lets us annul on the first turn. So we're going to drop this. I mean, he could just kill this right away. With a Wasteland. But I think that's okay. Do I want to pitch an Enlightened Tutor here? Maybe I do. And then I can just land Magus of the Unseen. I think it's hard for him to deal with that. Yeah, that's actually what I'm going to do. Call me crazy, but that'll be my win plan here. It's too bad. I mean, I could have put a Chrome Mox down in this Gemstone Cavern. I think I might need both of them, though, especially if he Wastelands right now. I mean, maybe, now that I think about it, maybe that was just terrible. Because now he can Wasteland this. Actually, okay, so I just made a horrible play mistake. Because now he can Wasteland this. And I can get a Magus down, but that's about it. And he had to mulligan. That's sad for him. He also could be deciding between turn 1 Wasteland or a turn 1 Factory into something else. And if he was choosing between that, I think he picked wrong, but that's not to say that he definitely did it wrong. Wow, I could actually take the Metalworker or the Magus and reveal Chrome Moxon. But we're going to annul that. And, yeah, what do we do here? Do I try to land that Magus and just let it sit? Doesn't do much about a Tangle Wire, does it? And Tangle Wire could come down. I don't have that many cards to pitch here. It's like maybe Forcible is the card that I pitch. And I do not know what to do. Maybe I'm overestimating the value that Magus has. I just know he doesn't have very many ways to kill it. He's got like Triskelion, Duplicant. Those are possibilities. And if I play this turn, I definitely should have pitched the Chrome Mox to the Gemstone Caverns, because I don't want to run out another Chrome Mox. So here, maybe the thing to do is to just play out a Meddling Mage and name Lodestone Golem. Um, Maybe Magus is just better than that. This Force Will isn't that strong. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pitch the Force. Um, Play the Magus to get this down, which I'm not sure is right. I'm just kind of honestly being a little greedy here. Um, and then keeping the other cards. Because he can still kill my lands. And I guess I have another Chrome Mox. He could play his Ratchet Bomb and either kill this or... Okay, well there's a Chalice for 2. I won't be able to get rid of that probably ever. Which I suppose is okay. Yeah, I just attack here. Because I can do anything on my turn that I would need him to do. Do I play another Chrome Mox? That's the question right now. I think I keep it because this Meddling Mage, I might want to use Force of Will with it later. The one card I can still draw to counter the Chalice's ability is Stifle. And if this is duplicate, that's... Oh, okay. I'm probably going to lose this game. So I guess, he's got to ping that right now, right? Yeah, there it goes. Okay, that's really trouble for me. That was just one of Triskelion, so I don't feel horribly bad. I just feel kind of bad. And now this is never going to resolve. So I guess the goal at this point is to try... I should have kept that in my hand, I think. Try and land this helm and then just start cranking it to get a win con, which is bad. So maybe my first bad decision was annulling his Metalworker and then pitching a Force. I probably made plenty of bad decisions this game, and I was definitely lured into the Magus play. Especially because he probably boarded in his Duplicant as well as his Triskelion, meaning he has probably 2 Duplicants and a Triskelion. 3 ways to quickly eliminate my guys. Okay, so he's swinging in for 5. I've got a couple turns here, though things aren't looking great, admittedly. Yeah, I mean, I probably shouldn't be positive here. Ooh, okay, well, that's going to be game over unless I can, I don't know, hit a brainstorm, I guess. This isn't going to do anything. Okay, so this is a card that I think it can't be cast. Here's, Yeah, he's going to kill both the Chrome Mox right now. I'm going to play this and pass the turn. And I guess if he chooses not to kill the Chrome Mox, I have a chance to pop this, draw a land, and then helm him for 1 and get a creature that can get a duplicate. That's basically my plan at this point. So a million things have to go my way. He has to not kill my Chrome Mox. I have to draw land after fetching. And I have to helm him for 1 card and have a duplicate be on top of his deck to take his Steel Hellkite. Well, I'd say things are looking bad this game. especially because it costs 0 for him to activate the Chrome Mox. So, or I'm sorry, to activate the Steel Hellkite to kill the Chrome Mox. I guess he's worried I have a Swords to Plowshares in hand, which I wish I had in hand. Okay, so that's game there. Because at that point I was like fresh out of win cons. Keeping Magus down still seems really powerful. Winning through this combo does not seem very powerful. I actually wonder if I should entirely eschew the combo here. Or maybe keep like one Rest in Peace and one Energy Field in. And maybe one Helm. Entirely to try and Detention Sphere him out or something. It doesn't seem very good to me. And I get to keep this little gentleman in, but he's not very good either. Maybe the Curse Totem is better against his Metalworker. I guess it's also good against Triskelion and Okay, so that game, if I'd had Curse Totem in, I could have searched for it instead of putting the Enlightened Tutor on the Caverns, and found this to deal with his Metalworker, and to deal with his Triskelion and his Steel Hellkite, which wouldn't have had its ability. So I guess I learned that Curse Totem is good. And keeping in the one Helm seems right, I guess. I don't know. It's unlikely that I win through this combo, is what I'm trying to say. But that's okay. I almost feel like I need more blue cards in for Force of Will, too. And this isn't horrible in this matchup. So it's certainly not good. This is a creature I can Enlighten Tutor for, which isn't the strongest. Just this energy field seems so bad. I guess it's a blue card. And in virtue of that, maybe it's acceptable. Yeah, we're going to try and do this. And we started with a 1-land Preordained Stifle? Wow, that's horrible. So he's only got one Strip Mine. I have to hit a land if I preordain. Then I can drop a Powder Keg next turn. And I have to find a basic with this, which means no white. I mean, this hand seems pretty bad to me, but I think it's passable, actually. I don't have a Force, but I could find one of the preordain, and Force isn't like the most excellent card in this matchup anyway. He had to mulligan, Jesus. 1 second. All right. This I am fetching for... Do I fetch it now, or do I wait and Stifle? Because then I can't cast a 2-drop on his turn. But what would I Stifle? I would Stifle a Strip Mine. I don't think anything else, actually, this turn. So I think Preordain's right. What I really just hope he doesn't do is find a Tangle Wire. Please hit a land. Oh, God. Yeah, that's horrible. This Brainstorm can't go on top, even though it digs me 3. The Preordain digs me 3 too. It's this inevitable problem. I have to put this on top. I'm glad that wasn't a gush again, though. Okay, and that's not a strong first turn for him, which is good. And we drew a land, even though he can kill it. But we can Stifle it, which is awesome. Okay, so I'm doing this right now. Chrome Mox? Okay, I'm going to pitch the Chrome Mox, though I'm not entirely sure that that's right. But I'm definitely putting the plains on top. I did that in the wrong order, definitively, but I guess this gives him a point where he has to think about whether he wants to wasteland or Tundra right now, and hopefully I can just stifle. Chalice for 1. Okay, well we can drop a Powder Keg and kill that immediately. Huh. Okay. He could Wasteland then. Yeah, we have to tap this. Alright, maybe the right play there was to play Meddling Mage, but I don't think so. What a weird setup right now. And do I blow this up now or do I do it during my turn? I do it now, because if I have to counter a Wasteland. Could Wasteland in response? Like, I want to do this in response to the Wasteland, but I want him to do that now. So I'm going to do this now. And see if he wastes... No, he didn't. Okay. Did I? No, I think I just happened to draw that. Okay. So I think Meddling Mage has to be the right answer here. Let's tap this intelligently. And I'm again going to name, I think, Lodestone Golem. Because he's got 4 of them. And I can stifle a duplicate trigger. Maybe I should have dropped a Powder Keg there too. Metalworker, huh? Okay. That's bad. So I guess that means I should have cast a Magus there. I don't want to draw land with this. So we're going to find a Plains. Needlebug, huh? Okay. First things first, we attack. Getting a little bit of lag there, but that's okay. And then we tap wrong. Here's the question. I drop a Powder Keg right now? No, I don't think so. I think I keep Stifle as backup at the moment. And then his duplicate gets stifled. I mean, I can take this and make another bunch of mana. I can make 6. Yeah, so I guess the moral of the story is I should have played the Magus first and then taken his Metalworker. Because now he's going to reveal a bunch of cards and make a million things. Oh, yuck, that... Oh. So many of those cards are good against me. I can't counter any of them. So, like, his Chalice is really interesting right now. He's probably trying to figure out the order of cards to play. And my guess is that my big mistake was not playing the Magus before the Meddling Mage because of the threat of Metalworker. Or maybe I should have named Metalworker with Meddling Mage. Now I'm in real trouble with this million mana, and the Tangle Wire is going to come out too. And presumably the Chalice is going to be for 1, which makes the Stifle bad. But he can't cast the Lodestone. He can cast a Worm Coil, though. And if I stall the board and I can land a powder keg, that means I'll eventually have some freedom in what I kill with it, if we ever get that far. Okay, I can't do anything about that. Now Stifle sucks. Actually, everything sucks now. Maybe Wastelands me. Okay, so now Powder Keg sucks. Until I have 6 mana out and can stifle the Chalice. So there's going to be this weird turn where I have the opportunity to take his Metalworker with Magus before the Tangle Wire activates and tap it for 6. That's going to be weird. Won't that be weird? Yeah, that's fine. So he's got 5 more available? I guess he could keep these in his hand. Okay, that's fine. I can't do anything about that. God, Chromax is so bad now, too. Yeah. I'm just thinking, like, I have to tap all untapped stuff, essentially. Okay, so I guess nothing else is coming down. That's weird. Okay, I can't do anything EOT. So now I have to tap down a million things. 4 things. I could take his Metalworker and flash in a Needlebug right now. That's another option. I actually think that's the right play. Yeah, I think that has to be right. Wait, no, that wasn't right. No, okay, because I wouldn't have been able to use the Magus during his turn, because I would have to tap too much stuff down. Okay, so we'll float. That's fine. And now this is ours, and it's going to get tapped. So we're going to reveal these two, and then cast this thing. And then this should trigger, but I should be able to keep my mana open. And then I can drop the Needlebug. Okay, so cool. We drew another Meddling Mage that will be forever before we can cast it. And he can actually make a Needlebug with his Metamorph, which is funny. Maybe really good for him. Nah, it can't be that good. But I do think that this potentially puts him on a clock, or at least, I mean, it could just put me on defense. Okay, somebody's got a sphere too. Fine. Sphere would actually be really bad for me right now. making everything cost 4 mana, it would be awful. He's probably wondering whether he makes another Tangle Wire or Worm Coil Engine. I think the right play for him would be to make another Tangle Wire. Okay, I mean, I didn't do the math on that, so I could be very wrong. And now we have to... 2, 3. If I do that, I can't. 2, 3. I can take one of his guys, definitively. Could take a Worm Coil now and just attack with it. What would happen if I did that? And he attacks with 2. I deal 6 to him, and then I have to tap down the Needlebug, right? 1, 2, 3. I guess I wouldn't have to tap down the Needlebug necessarily. This is the Meddling Mage is getting tapped down. I could tap this for 4, but I can't do anything during that point of the turn. Could stifle something. That seems bad. This costs 3. Everything is so much math right now, so I could play this. That's actually a really good option, I think, if I can pull it off. So what it would essentially involve is me having 3 open. And one way I could have 3 open is if I tap 3 things here to take his Metalworker. So then 3 things are tapped, and I have a Plains, Meddling Mage, a Needlebug, and a Metalworker untapped. And then I have to tap down 3 because of the Tangle Wire, and I tap down everything but the Metalworker, which I tap to add 4 to, and play a Powder Keg. And the question is whether or not that Powder Keg right now would change the way that this game is working. I don't know if it is, or would. Like, he's going to attack me for 12, and I would have to take that and go to 6. But then he doesn't have anything in his hand he can cast, really. So powder kegging the Chalice would give me certain options then. Or powder kegging, getting it all the way up to 6, actually. Yeah, that's interesting. So I think I'm going to try this line of play rather than taking a Worm Coil Engine, just attacking into him to mitigate the amount of damage that he's dealing. And again, if you cast that Sphere, I don't really lose much. No, I'm going to do this. This seems interesting as a play to me. So I'm going to take a lot of damage. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to cast that this turn. Oh my god, I can't cast the Powder Keg because it just gets countered. That's horrible. Okay. I deserve to be punched in the face after all that math. Yeah, that's really bad. Now this Detention Sphere. Well, I have to play this now. And there's still a chance the Stifle will be good. And this Detention Sphere is essentially necessary to win this game at this point. But I don't know how I'm going to pull that off. Also, now I've played the thing that lets me get more mana with Metalworker. So I may have just made like 500 misplays. And I'm going to take so much damage this turn. So essentially, my failure to do on the fly math may have just cost me this game, especially because he can keep a Rishadan port open. It would be really stellar if I could get a Worm Coil Engine with this Detention Sphere, but I think that that's probably not possible. Yeah, so I think I screwed this one up. This is going to cost 4 mana now. Oh, no, it's only going to cost 3, but I still have to... Okay, I have to tap down 2 things. I think I just pick 2 mana sources. Or Meddling Mage and a mana source, probably. Because Detention Sphere only costs 3. Wait, he didn't... Okay, so he didn't play a sphere. What am I missing? This just costs 3? I'd love some life back, but... Okay, so we'll float there. And now Tangle Wire happens. And I have to tap down 2 things. 1, 2. Is there something I'm missing here? God, I'm so nervous. I can even use that. That's funny. Okay, so I don't know if there's something I'm missing here, but I think just killing these worm coils has to be the right play. Okay, so I guess I'll start attacking. I have to think that he made a play mistake there of some kind, because I was allowed to, I don't know, maybe attacking with this was a mistake, because this 1 damage, I could get killed by a Triskelion or something. I mean, I know for a fact he really just should have played that sphere. I never got to gain life back with his worm coil, which is okay, I suppose. Okay, we're just gonna tap down this plains. And we can't play that. I guess I can't force this turn either. So should this be my play here? To attack him for 4 and then take his metalworker? That doesn't seem very good. Could take the Trinosphere, and that makes things much easier to cast because it taps. So I'm gonna let the Meddling Mage get in there. The Needlebug can stay back. Okay, so we know he's got this lodestone and sphere, so we know what his hand looks like now. Do I counter this? I think I have to counter this. God, I wish I could just stifle it. That would be awesome. No, this isn't going to work. Because if I take that, it untaps it, and then it doesn't tap till the end of turn. So this I can't counter, which is really bad, actually. I guess I can try to force through a powder keg. No, that's going to be hard with this. Okay, this is probably going to be the end of me. But I can't counter it. Man, that's rough. I can force through a powder keg, though. Oh, and he can't play his sphere. Of course he can't, because of the chalice. Okay, so... I think I... take this, and then it taps. And then I can powder keg. Wait, how am I going to powder keg again? I'm not going to be able to powder keg because of the chalice. Oh god, I wish I knew how to play Magic. There's too much happening right now. Okay, so this is tapped, so I can stifle now. I guess that's what I wanted to do. So that's pretty cool. I guess I made a cool play. Hope I draw a blue card. That doesn't do anything. I'm not going to waste our time here doing that. Okay. So here's my turn, and it's going to involve me playing a powder keg and then stifling the chalice. Okay, so I did that. That's pretty cool. And then I don't do anything else this turn. And I guess that means he can cast his chalice, but that's okay. And I lost my Chrome Mox, which is... Oh my god. I just forgot to block. That's horrible. Okay, so we're at 1 now. This has been like the biggest comedy of errors ever. I hope everybody's enjoyed it. Now his Metal Worker is lethal, which dramatically changes the game. And we want to draw a land now. And no longer can our Force Will be cast. So essentially, we just put ourselves in a position where we can't play Force Will. Which wouldn't have mattered there, obviously. Yeah. So, is he going to tap something? Probably. Yeah. And the question is, do I want to take something of his? And I think the answer to that is no. Now we can no longer fetch anything. Okay, so this is really horrible. Basically, I did something that I think probably just prevented me from winning this game that I still would have been able to pull out of by not blocking there. And now I can't even cast this, and I can't find any lands with Scalding Tarn. So we're in serious, I guess they call it shit. Um, and he's just inevitably going to beat our faces in now. So that's horrible. And I guess I should have just taken something there. If I would remember to block there, I think everything would be looking much, much better. I guess he wants to see if I'm going to block again. That's probably a good idea. Maybe I want to kill this guy. I don't think I do, because I think I want to take something during his upkeep, then attack him with it. Maybe I should have done that this last turn, and it makes things happen just a little faster. Um, I don't know. Maybe I do want to kill that right now when I have the chance. Um, Yuck. I don't know what to do. If only I weren't at one. Um, yeah, I think we'll just block there. Yeah, I guess he could land like a ratchet bomb or something. I really need to find another island. Those ghost quarters eventually going to be a problem, especially now that I'm at one. Yeah, that's not going to do anything for a long time. We'll just attack with this guy. So I made a series of, I think, like bad plays, and then a series of really awesome plays with the powder keg. And then in that same line of plays, I just forgot to block with the needle bug. And now everything is going to be terrible. I think he's got 2 lodestones in his hand. Oh, but we can gain a life with this, which is funny. This can tap a dude? Oh god. Okay, he can only pay 3. But I guess that means he gets infinite mana now? Okay, so he's gonna gain infinite life. Okay, so we lose this game, and I'm going to concede in a minute because he can just tap down our meddling mage with Staff of Domination and then attack with his precursor and his metal worker, and we lose because we can't block both guys. Um, so thanks for watching, and I apologize for all the. Actually, there was only one really key misplay, though. I think game two I probably threw. Um, but that's all to say. I appreciate. Okay, okay. So he really is enjoying this, but we'll go ahead and call the match here. Thanks for watching.